Hey, Everblades fans, Mike Folta here on our Blades Q&A presented by Merrill Lynch. And today we've got Everblades forward Michael Huntebrinker. Michael, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
You grew up right outside of St. Louis. Is it safe to say that you were a Blues fan as a kid?
Yeah, I was always a big Blues fan growing up. We were able to go to some games every year. And just a few years ago, whenever they won the Cup, I was in St. Louis for that. And it was really cool to see the city kind of rally behind them. And everyone was really supporting them, Blues T-shirts, jerseys everywhere. So it was a pretty special time in St. Louis.
Now, hockey really seems to be growing in that area specifically. Lots of current NHLers have come from the St. Louis area. You look at Brady Tkachuk, Pat Maroon, Scott Mayfield, just to name a few. Was the local hockey when you were growing up really competitive?
Yeah, we've been fortunate in that a lot of the alumni from the St. Louis Blues typically stick around. We have guys like Keith Tkachuk in the city, along with Al McInnes, and they have a great alumni program there. And fortunately, we played for some of those guys growing up. So anytime you're around legends like that, you can learn so much from them. They've been through it all. They've been at the highest level. So I think it's a testament now. You see how many guys are coming out of St. Louis just to those guys who stuck around and kind of did it before we did. And it's good to see that St. Louis is becoming a powerhouse for hockey.
Now, growing up and playing there, did you know and play with or play against a lot of the players that have now turned pro?
Yeah, we obviously had a really good team growing up. We were top 5, top 10 in the country every year, like Scott Mayfield, a ton of guys like Saraceno, who's on Jacksonville. There's a bunch of guys that we played with that are now playing pro or played Division I. I think we had, 10 or 11 from my age group alone go on to play D1. So I think anytime you're in a group like that, it helps. It's obviously competitive for spots, but I mean, also those are your buddies. So you're always playing hockey, or whenever you're not at the rink, you're going over to somebody's house and playing hockey in the basement. And it was a cool environment to grow up in. And it's obviously we still root for each other, and it's good to see everyone do so well.
So you go from the St. Louis area to the USHL and juniors to Minnesota Mankato, where you put up solid numbers, good year as a senior, 22 points. Then you went off and scored 20 goals in your first pro year with Reading. Did you feel like your game kind of transcended and took a big leap that first pro year?
Yeah, I think the pro game's much different from college, just in terms of the number of games you're playing. I think for me, I like that. I liked, you're always playing. So, and in college, it's a lot more practicing and stuff. So it's just easier to get into a rhythm. So I've enjoyed that in pro. I think my game's been better as a pro than it was in college. So for me, I've really liked the transition, and going to Reading that first year certainly helped. The coach there, Kirk McDonald, was unbelievable towards me, taught me a lot, and I was fortunate to play for him.
You had a good couple seasons in Reading, but you're averaging over a point per game as an Everblade dating back to last year. What do you like so much about playing here in the Sunshine State?
I mean, it's great. It's the best team in the league on the ice, and obviously off the ice with everything, the weather and how much there is going on in the city. You can't beat it. It's the best in the league in that regard too. So for me, it's just being around good players and good teammates. And then obviously the coaching staff's been unbelievable. It was Brad and Tato had last year, and then Jesse came in and didn't miss a beat. So we've been fortunate to have great coaches, and it's an easy place to play. All they do is expect you to work, and I've really enjoyed it here, and yeah, hopefully we have continued success this year.
Now this season, you've been matched with a few different lines. Who do you try to be as a line mate?
It kind of, I think I'm a pretty flexible player. I can play center or wing. So I guess your game does kind of change depending on what role you're in that night. I think if you're center, it just comes along with more defensive responsibility versus wing, where you can kind of push the play a little bit more. So, I'm always just going to be true to myself, though. I think I work hard. I think I'm good offensively, and I try to bring that every night, and obviously work hard defensively. And I just try to just bring my best every night. And like I said, in the pro schedule, it's tough to do, but all you can do is try to play the same way every night, and the results will come.
What about Michael Huntebrinker, the teammate? What are you like in the locker room there? Are you one of the jokesters, one of the gamers? You at the card table? What's the deal there?
Yeah, we have a good team, good dynamic. I think we have a lot of card guys on the team, and not a big gamer. We play a little bit. We'll play some golf at home, but yeah, I like to joke around and keep it light, and never too serious. You know, leading up to games, during the game times, you kind of dial it in a little more. But I think we have a good group, a really light and fun group, so it's fun to be a part of.
We've heard a lot of the Everblades players say it's a fun group. Is anybody pulling pranks in that locker room? Is there anybody causing mischief like that, or do the older guys kind of keep everybody in line?
You got to be careful with the pranks, because once you start pranking people, they come back around. So that's a slippery slope to go down. There's not a ton of pranks. Noobs is, I would say, he's the prankster in the room, especially with Dewey, the athletic trainer. They have some good battles, but no, not too many pranks. Just a lot of good guys, a lot of guys who like to have fun and good personalities. So it's an easy group to be around. It's great. It's a pleasure going to the rink every day.
Oh, that's awesome, Michael. Thanks for coming on here.
All right, thanks for having me.
That was Everblades forward Michael Huntebrinker on our Blades Q&A presented by Merrill Lynch.